Hey guys, Morgan here. If you don't already know, I am a stay-at-home mom who sells part-time on eBay, primarily clothing items. And I just wanted to share my what solds with you over the weekend from Friday to Sunday. It was a pretty good weekend. I'm pretty pleased with it. I have 8 items to ship out today. And if you stick around, I have one item that sold within less than a day for over $200. So stick around and I'll share that item with you. That one was pretty exciting. So before I get started though, and I completely forget, guys, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It is a huge motivation boost for me. So from there, let's go ahead and get started. I did end up packing a couple of items yesterday because I already had them here at the house with me in my basement because I hadn't gotten them stored yet. So just a couple like that. Otherwise, the rest of them I can show you that I went and picked up at my storage unit this morning. First item that sold, I've already packed up, was a Soft Surroundings 3X sweater. This was a great little pickup. It sold within 3 days and I picked it up for $4.74 from a Goodwill. And it sold for $33.25 with the shipping included. So that's packed up and ready to go. And that one netted me $16.73 after shipping and all the eBay fees are deducted from it. Second up is a pair of Texas Crocs, men's size 11. I actually got these. I did a retail arbitrage and got maybe 5 pairs of these size 11s. And they've all of a sudden started doing really well. Texas is in the playoffs right now. So yay, go Texas, because it is helping my sales quite a bit. I threw a little thank you sticker in there, and I'm going to pack this one up. These I got, again, straight from Crocs website when they were running a sale for, what did I purchase these for? Give me a second. I purchased these for $20.83. Okay. And they sold for $49.95 with free shipping. And I netted a profit of $22.04. This took, let's see, 3 months to sell. And what's nice is these Crocs, I can just put these in a poly mailer like this in their pre-bag and ship them out just like that. They'll be just fine. Okay, I'm gonna get their weight. They weigh 15.4 ounces. So when you're doing this, you always want to round up. So I'm gonna go 1 pound. And I'll do a little measurement on these. 12 by 10. We'll say by 2. Shipping's going to be $7.14. Okay. Put that on there. That one's done. Coming up is I've got a pair of athletic joggers. They're camo, a size 8, and these are in excellent, almost like new condition, why I picked them up. I got them at Goodwill for $7.87, and they sold for $38.44, including the shipping. And I'll tell you exactly what my net is after I purchase the shipping label and get that in there. Let me get the shipping label. These. I keep all my shipping supplies really close by, so I'm not walking back and forth. This has taken me a while of time to figure out down here, because I'm working with a really small space. So I've reworked it a handful of times, and I'm really happy with the way I am right now, considering the size I'm working with. Okay, again, this is why I love doing clothing. This is so easy to ship. 1.1, they come out to be 1 pound, 1.8 ounces. 1 pound, 0.8 ounces. There we go. So I'm going to do 1 pound, 1 ounce, rounding up just a little bit. I'll measure 10 by 9 by 1. After shipping is deducted, my net return on these is $18.69. Another one I'd already packed up. Let me find this one. This was is a loose Hot Wheel. It's a vintage Porsche P917 1977 flying colors orange car. I don't know. My husband knows a lot about these, but I got a huge box at an estate sale of old vintage Hot Wheels cars. Right on top was a red line, and if you don't know what that means, at least I know that much, is that's a vintage Hot Wheel, and there's literally kind of like what it sounds like. There's a red line around the tire on the car, and that's a red line. That's apparently a sought after collectible in the Hot Wheels. So this happened to be in that lot. I think I got that whole box for $30. And I've definitely made my money back on that for sure. There was a handful of really good Hot Wheels cars in there. So I'm showing you all the sales, whether they're good or not. This is another one coming up that I'm not super proud of, but I got it, I've had it, and it's out the door. Again, I already put my little thank you note on there. I like to always put these out, just a nice little touch. I know when I open things, I'm always pleased when I see nice packaging, so I try to do my best. Actually, I kind of want to show it off because my husband made this for me and I thought it turned out really nice. He made my logo and everything. I'll share that with you. There we go. Okay. All right. This is a Northeast Outfitters women's size large flannel shirt. This one sold for $17.95. I purchased this at a rummage sale for $2.10 almost 2 years ago. So can't say that I'd be picking this brand up again, but I sold it and it's out the door. So I bought it for $2.10, sold for $17.95. Let me get this shipping done and I'll tell you what I netted. Sold for $17.95. I had this listed maybe for $14 and I got an offer for $10. Yes, take it, it's yours. I'll get it out the door. So after shipping and everything is deducted, my net profit on this was $7.75. Honestly, I'm pleased. I made some money on it and it's moving out, so toodles. Right. Another one I bagged up, and again, just happy to see this out, and especially now because I figured I'd be hanging on to this till next Christmas. So yes, please, you may go. Pre-box this because again, this was already down here on my shelf. Let me pull this up. This was a vintage GE indoor little teddy bear felt lights. Christmas, by the way. So I am, again, so surprised that this sold after Christmas. It's like 2 weeks into January. So yes, please, you may have it. I don't want to hang on to this on my shelf. I'm kind of wrapping up with hard goods and getting those out. I really want to really niche down this year and really focus on my clothing and what I know instead of trying to get out really too far outside my zone. So that is a huge goal for me this year, and really focus and do well with that and just go to town. All that being said, this took over a year to sell, and I purchased this for $5 at a garage sale, actually in my neighborhood, just a few houses down. Sold for $30 with shipping included, and my net sales on these lights is $10.99. Again, huge bulky item out of my house, and I made about $11. So I'm pleased. That's out. Okay. There's a lot of items this go around that I'm just happy to get out because this is yet another one that I'm just pleased it's leaving. This is a purse I picked up at a St. Vincent de Paul. It's the Sack. Normally, this is still, it's a good brand of a purse to pick up if you get it at the right price. And this one was so cute. It has the really pretty crochet trim, the yellow, super summer look, but I kind of got maybe a little excited when I was purchasing stuff, and I didn't notice there's a huge flaw right here that I photoed, and it's there for the buyer. They know it's there. It's missing some espadrille lining down here. And I think there's even some ink marks on the inside, but otherwise it's a very clean purse, and it's super cute. And I'm glad someone got it. I'd hate to see this just go in the trash because of a few flaws. So this fits perfectly in this box, and I'm going to throw in a little thank you sticker. Okay, perfect. And I just hang on to any extra boxes that I come across, like all my Amazon boxes, and I've got my in-laws and some other friends and family that hang on to some boxes for me, so I don't have to purchase any, ideally. There's a few sizes that I have on hand for purses specifically, and hats and shoes. But I get those pretty cheap. I actually get those from Staples for, I want to say it comes out to be maybe 20 cents a box. It's free shipping because Uline's too far away. By the time I pay for shipping with Uline, it's really not worth it. But for some of you guys who might be closer, the shipping might not be so expensive. That's a great place, I've heard, to get your boxes. Otherwise, Staples a great option. I know some people like to go to random stores in the area, the Targets and Walmarts, and see if they have any extra boxes that you can get for free. It's not worth my time to do that at this point, especially with most of my items being clothing. I can put most of them in poly mailers. It's not there, but that's just a little something for anybody who's maybe doing more of the shoes or hard goods, places you can get your boxes. All right, I need to focus. Mess this up. All right, shipping, USPS. I charged $8.95 in shipping, and shipping comes out to be $8.40. I try to get my shipping, I do flat rate shipping on all of my items, either flat rate or a few of my items, like those Crocs. I did free shipping on those just to stay competitive with the other people that have those as well. But I usually come out to be pretty close. I've been doing this for a couple of years, so I've got a pretty good idea as to what something's going to cost based on the size and weight of the item. So I did pretty good on this one, $8.95, and it's $8.40, so I'll take it. Pretty good. With some of these Amazon boxes, they have these extra barcodes, and I don't want that to be on there, or at least someone accidentally scan that. So I like to stick an extra little thank you sticker over those so it's not an accidental scan. And they just use mine. Packed up, ready to go. All right, guys, this is the big item. Big, haha. Actually, it's not big, it's sold well. I'm still talking, sometimes I do that. This is edited. All right, guys, the item you've been waiting for. You've been so curious as to what sold. All right, this was something we actually got purely by having fun with our kids. And this was probably one of the first packs we bought and opened with them. This is a Pokemon card that we ended up getting graded. We sent, I think, 5 cards out altogether, and this is the only one that came back as a 10. And it is adorable. I don't know if any of you guys are into Pokemon or not. I'm not super into it, but I do find it fun. I play the game on my phone. If you haven't heard of it, it's actually a lot of fun to play. The cost for this, after getting it shipped out to have it PSA graded, was $25, and it sold for $214.95, netting me a profit of $153.14. Now I've got to pay for shipping on this, and I'll let you know what that comes out to be, but I am I could not be more pleased to have something this small. I can see where this could become addicting for people, but I'm still gonna stick with what I know. But this was fun. This was a really good little sale for me. And again, a great way to start my week getting this one shipped off. And I'm gonna do a really good job packing this. So I'll get back to you in just a second. Protection. I don't normally add the extra protection when shipping items with the insurance. I'm usually good with the $100 that's covered. But because this is a small box, because it is a $210 item, and because I've been noticing a lot of issues just in the last couple weeks with shipping due to weather delays and all sorts of stuff, I am going to add the extra $4.24 coverage because I think it's worth it at this point. I would be pretty upset if I didn't and it got lost or, who knows, broken some silly way and I'm out all that money. So we're gonna add that. Okay. So shipping comes out to be $8.78, and they were charged $4.95 as part of their shipping, so I really only paid the extra $4 and some change to add that bit of insurance. This is going to Seattle, Washington. To Ted. Thank you, Ted. I hope you enjoy your card. After all the fees and deductions are taken away, my net return on this Pokemon card was $144.36. So great little investment and a great return on and having some fun with my kids. How can you go wrong? Thanks guys for joining along with me and hanging out while I did my packing and shipping. If there was anything you're interested in learning more about or have any comments or suggestions on my setup, I'd be happy to share that with you, and I would love some feedback from what you guys think of all of this and what you do or don't like about, man, oh, it's my husband. I'll pause it and maybe try to end that in a minute. Thanks. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed doing it, and I hope to do more of these and get more practice and get better along the way. And I hope I have a lot more fun sales like this to share with you in the future. If you have any questions or have any input on my process, and I would love some advice on this still. I've been doing it for 2 years, but I know I still have a ton to learn, and I'm eager to learn from a huge community of other resellers. I appreciate you guys' support. If you've stuck around this long, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. I so appreciate it. And it's embarrassing how excited I get every time I see a new subscriber or a like on my videos. So if you want to make me happy, that's a good way to do it. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.